What's this energy though?
Trust me, I was just about Tommy.
Tunes.
Bro.
Where is the energy from?
Bro, you took.
Apologies.
I'm about to just say that. Where's the energy, bro?
Aubameyang just signed the thing and what? Tunes, you ain't going off now. Okay.
I already knew he signed. I said I was very confident that he signed, so I don't need to be ecstatic over it.
You don't remember the whole thing before the Community Shield? I thought it was going to be then. I already knew that he signed it. I just said when I want to do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I think it was just a thing where they wanted to just prepare. They were just trying to think of how are we gonna let this one go? How are we gonna, because they know everyone's anticipating it. So
you know what? Arsenal love to be extra. I appreciate
it. They held it off, but a bit too long, man. Like it got to the point where it was just like, oh, okay, like is he?
It's Arsenal, isn't it? Them man are they're extra, but they're also slow. So
yeah. But yeah, nah, it's good. I'm happy.
That's them in a nutshell.
Come on, man. Look, this is what I'm saying. Like you think about before Arteta came in, and you looked at some of the players and you're like, nah, he's gonna go. I looked at Aubameyang and I was like, he's gonna go. And I didn't blame him. I didn't blame him because what we had, or the way that we was playing, wasn't good enough. But I'm just so thankful for Arteta. I'm so thankful he's come in and he's just changed the game. He's just turned it on its head.
I was gonna say, because I think it hopefully shows that we're bringing in other people, because I feel like Aubameyang's good enough to know that I don't have to be here. Mm-hmm. So I feel like he had to have got some sort of reassurances that we're bringing. Some
kind of guarantee. Like what players? I want this player. I want that player. And
I can't lie. I disagree with that. You know, I think on a slide, I felt like he had to sign because. Huh?
Turn down other.
No, I thought no. Hear me out. I felt like he had to sign simply because in this pandemic or in this transfer window, like where is he going? Like where is he actually going? Who's going to actually sign him? Who's actually going to say, okay, we actually want Aubameyang to come to our team?
I genuinely think because of the kind of turmoil happening, if he made it clear, like you know when players actively make it clear that they're not going to sign, like I think, like say Thiago for example has made it very clear he's not signing for a contract. And the only reason he hasn't actually signed for Liverpool is because they're being slow and stupid. But I feel like if Aubameyang made it very clear he was not going to sign another contract, guarantee the other clubs who wanted him would have made it loud and clear known.
But this is the thing. I haven't heard any clubs, like even when no, I'm gonna be honest. No, I'm gonna be so honest with you. Like I think that sometimes, I think that fans, I think us as fans at times, I think we read into things a bit too much, but we have to look at the actual facts, yeah? Okay, cool. Yes, Aubameyang is a banging striker. Yes, I would agree with that, yeah? But the question is, who is going to sign him? Who out of, like, in Europe is going to take him? Who would actually be like, you know what, we want Aubameyang?
I can guarantee, because I think it was 2 clubs. They never said which clubs, but I guarantee one of them was Inter. And I bet you the other one was Barcelona. I guarantee those 2 were the ones who wanted him. Because Barcelona need him.
Even PSG would have taken.
Inter.
PSG, did you say?
No. I personally say it's Barca and Inter would have definitely turned down for us. And I feel like if we weren't going to give him some sort of assurances, like I think that's like the Dortmund thing. The part of the reason why Dortmund and Alba fell out was because they made assurances that they weren't going to sell Dembele and them man to then sell them in the same window, and then thinking what's going on here. Then he got pissed. So I think it's literally that kind of situation. If Arsenal make it clear and Arteta the plan that's going on and what they're going to do and who they're going to bring in, then he's like, why not? Why not? Why wouldn't I stay? Obviously, him being older, definitely. I think the timing and his age definitely helped us tilt it in our favour as well. But also, I think that also the assurances definitely are one of the things. Because again, I genuinely think if he would have made it clear, I must sign another contract.
Yeah, someone would have snapped him
up. Club would have made it very obvious. Because you know the way Liverpool are making it very obvious that they want Thiago. I think because he's made it clear that he's not staying. The same thing would have happened if Aubameyang would have made it clear he wasn't signing another contract.
But I hate all of that. I just think that, like, for what he's doing at the club, and how he's performing for Arsenal, I think it just makes sense for him to stay at Arsenal. Do you understand? Yeah. It looks like It looks like he's enjoying himself under Arteta. It looks like the squad looks like they look happy together. So I think for him to sign, it's a no-brainer, really. For him to now be like, I want to leave, I just think, okay, where are you going to exactly? Like, not to even say it's based on his ability, because Aubameyang has bags of ability. But it's just like, if it goes Inter, the way Lukaku's playing, I don't see them shifting Lukaku on the wing just to accommodate Aubameyang. I don't know, innit? And even with Barcelona, I think that, they would want to go for someone younger. That's why they're going to go and sign, is it Memphis Depay now? So I just think it just makes more sense for him to stay at Arsenal, try and become a legend at Arsenal, and do his thing, really.
Yeah, logically, yeah. He's loved in the city. He's got this whole bond thing with the players in the club and all that stuff. And I just think, on a personal thing, I just genuinely think he likes being here. And his family seems settled, and I think it just works. And I think he's one of the few people who have put on the captaincy armband that hasn't tainted them. So yeah, it's like it made sense just to stay.
It did. I just think it's perfect timing. We need it at the start of the season to go forward, to push forward. And as everyone's saying about the relationship with the fans, I don't really see many other players have that relationship with fans. Do you know what I mean? Arsenal just has this we are a family, as them man say. I've been watching a lot of what Arteta's been saying. You say?
Mad one, but it works.
No, but it's true. And it's Arteta's smart, because he's come in and he's noticed, obviously, or even from afar, he noticed that the fan base was all over the place. We was against each other. He's realised that it's so important to have the fans behind the team, because then that's what drives the team forward. And he's clocked it. He's come in. He's brought everyone back together. The likes of Xhaka, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's performing now at a different level. Yes, it's early days, but you can already see a huge difference. And it's I'm now going into the season thinking, okay, something actually could happen. This could be the season where we actually push forward and maybe get back into the Champions League. Yes, it will be hard, but we've definitely got a more of a chance now than when we did, let's say, just before Arteta, or let's say in the Emery era. So I'm just happy. I'm happy that he's managed to keep Oba there. And let's hope this isn't the only signing that we do, or the last signing that we do.
And it can't be. That's just
it can't.
You're waste.
Yeah. But yeah, no, just touching on.
But Chin, you know that your mic is off, just to let you know that.
Yeah. I'm making sure that the noise background is not interfering. There's a wonderful fan in front of me that is blessing my life. I just didn't want it to interfere. That's all. Don't worry, I'm here.
No. Chins is just warming up. But yeah, no, obviously there's a lot been going on. First set of games of the season. Wanted to just kind of run through, well, not run through all of them, but just kind of anything that stood out for you guys over the weekend. I know we're definitely going to be talking about Liverpool Leeds. I don't know if you lot got to watch that game, but it was quite an exciting game, and definitely Leeds didn't disappoint in giving Liverpool a good game. But somehow Salah scored a hat-trick, and now he's the best striker ever. But I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced, Lola. I know you're laughing, but I'm not convinced. My man just scores a hat-trick.
I actually think the game was more about how Leeds played throughout.
Yeah.
I think it was just more about, we're looking at the season opener, 3 points into the team who were favourites in obvious reasons, but their opposition actually gave them a hell of a game. It was a game where they will. I think they'll take it upon themselves. Obviously, recognize if this keeps happening, there is no league. Basically, if they perform like that on a regular basis, there is no guarantee they're gonna they always manage to get the 3 points. There might be at some point, touch wood or rebuke you. I'm not saying he'll get, but there might be a point where Salah or other key players may not be available in such important scenarios. So they should be very fortunate to pick up the 3 points in a situation where it looked like that wasn't going to be the case.
Yeah, I wasn't too shocked, to be honest. I mean, to be honest, I went into this game thinking Liverpool would win, but I didn't think it would be a rollover win. I mean, I'm basing this purely on the fact that Arsenal played Leeds in the FA Cup. And I think we won 1-0, but it was like a proper kind of game. It was mad, basically. Leeds could have definitely scored. It was a game where it was like, we got the win. Obviously, you win, you deserve to win. But it's one of those ones where Leeds were clearly, like, it wasn't like it didn't feel like a championship team versus a Premier League team. That's what I mean. Yeah. So when they played Liverpool, I was like, I'm not shocked by this. I feel like they deserve the point out of it, but then it happens, like two stupid penalties. But then you can say that Salah he got his hat trick was like it was a hat trick of one of those ones that's not the best hat trick because it's 2 penalties and like a really excellent shot. But like all around game, he was sick. So maybe he wouldn't have scored a penalty, scored a hat trick. But I feel like if he didn't get the penalty, he probably would have scored anyway, like at least another goal anyway. So I think he was excellent in that game anyway. But Liverpool as a whole, that defense was a madness. I can't remember who said it, but it was I think one of the Leeds players was telling them how Bielsa told them target Trent. And you could see they were blatantly doing that. They were literally targeting Trent and Gomez inside, and that's where most of the stuff, obviously, Van Dijk happened.
No, it's true.
I think. Go on, Colin. Sorry.
No, you go, Sam.
Honestly, I think that for Liverpool, the jig is up for them. Honestly, that I think the 2 seasons that they've played. So the first season when Man City won the league, obviously they did deserve to win that league, but it was a very good title race, isn't it? Last season, that's when we really saw Liverpool, be that German, well-loyal team and, function very well. But they're now coming back into this league, trying to do the same thing again without adding to their squad. And I don't understand why Klopp doesn't think that he doesn't need to add to his team. Like, you're a championship winning team. If you're still trying to be the best, you need to add players to now solidify that, yeah, we're here to stay and we're here to compete. But I honestly, like Chin said, if the game ain't going well for them, what's their other alternative?
They go to, yeah.
Like, who's gonna come on? Who's gonna come on and change the game for them? Do you understand? So I feel like it's a bit of a weird one, and take nothing away from Leeds. Like, Leeds, they've come in this season from last season, knowing how they play football, and they're going to come to the Prem and play their football. They're not going to be like scared to play like, the top 6 clubs or any club. They're going to play their football, which is a very good, like, their manager's approach to football is great. But I honestly do feel like Liverpool, if they don't add anyone to their squad in key positions, i.e. up front, they're in trouble.
In fairness, they do want to. I think Klopp has been very, very vocal that he wanted Werner and he wants Thiago. So I think it's more of a board thing than him.
That's what I mean. Like, I know, like, everyone's saying about, how is it that Klopp doesn't want? I'm sure he wants these players, but then these are the things, and that's why I like these documentaries. Obviously, like, I'm watching the Spurs one now. What's up with my Spurs fans? Because you're looking at behind the scenes, like, what goes on in order to purchase a player, how, what the things that you have to do, all the intricacies you follow to get a player in. And it's not as easy as, for us, like, playing manager and whatever, we just click a button and just see how much money's in the bank. But there's so many hoops that I'm sure the club has to jump through. But yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Even though if it's not coming from Klopp, even from the board's perspective, you need to look at the league and say, okay, look, we done well the last 2 seasons, but in order to maintain that, we do need to improve our squad. And they haven't done it yet. Even if they do bring in Thiago, yeah, I know he's a world-class player. I'm sure he'll be fine. But even at the start of the season, it's still going to take him a while to adjust. Do you know what I mean? You looked at, like, Chelsea, like the Chelsea game, which we'll go into in a minute as well. You had Havertz and Werner. They came in. They can't hit the ground running like a lot of people expect to. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing that we need to remember as fans. Like, we just expect, like, fans
are so fickle, bro. Fans are so fickle. Like, all they want to do is banter. But what irritates me the most, is that fans in their heart, you lot know that when you sign someone new, they're not gonna. If they do hit off the ground running, fantastic. Yeah. If they don't, give them like at least 5 to 7 games, because in between the league games, they're probably going to play like, let's say, Carling Cup games, maybe your FA Cup games, you understand, or maybe even Champions League games. Then you're going to see their real quality. Like the people that were slewing Havertz yesterday, I'm thinking like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like that just lets me know that a lot of fans have never played football in their life. Like they haven't even played 7-a-side football, like, or 5-a-side. That lets me know that a lot of fans are fickle, and give players time to get used to the league that they're in, and used to the system that a new manager is telling them to play in. You can't just think that because they're professionals and because they've come for a certain amount of money, or they're on this money amount of this money a week, that they're gonna be banging off the cuff. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, give people time to play, man.
It's true. I don't think it's a fickle. Well, I'm guilty of that, because yesterday I was going in on Havertz. But you know what? I was doing it out of bitterness. I was doing it out of bitterness. When Pepe come to Arsenal, everyone was getting on to Pepe. 72 million for what? For what? For this? So that was just my little revenge back on them. But yeah,
you see that, like, all like the Pepe thing. If everyone literally like sits down and think about it, when Emery was there and you man had Pepe, was Emery really using Pepe to the best of his ability? Do you understand? So they have to look at different factors. Do you understand? So I think even this season, with Arteta being there, I think Pepe is going to have a really good season. And once Havertz and Werner, Tim Werner gets comfortable with the league, I think they're going to hit the ground running. So people should be careful with what they wish for with this Chelsea team, personally. But we'll see.